Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is Chris and welcome back to another video. Now, in today's video, we're going to be talking about why I have sold all of my stocks within Trading 212 within my invest account and the reasoning behind it, and hopefully share with you guys a little bit more of an update on my portfolio and where my portfolio is at. So if that is something you're interested in and you want to find out about more, then stick around in today's video. But before we do get into why I've sold all my stocks in Trading 212, make sure to drop a like down on today's video, leave a comment down below, let me know your thoughts on my portfolio, and as always, if you have seen a few of my videos now and you want to subscribe, then please do. We've just surpassed over 100 subscribers, so let's keep this channel growing, let's keep the momentum going and keep growing this channel. But without further ado, let's get into today's video. So why have I sold all of my stocks in my Trading 212 invest account? Now, a lot of you might know that I started investing back in March of 2020, just after the stock market crash, and like a lot of you saw the opportunity to start investing. And so I did take that opportunity. I started investing some of my hard-earned money into the stock market using Trading 212 and have continued to do that up until November. So I've been doing it 6, 7, 8 months now and continue to do that. And during that process, during that journey, I've continued to understand the markets better, learn myself more things, understand how to better invest in companies, how to do my research, do my due diligence, and all that good stuff. But one of the mistakes that I made right at the beginning when I was investing using the Trading 212 invest account. Now, a lot of you know that there's 3 different options when you can create a Trading 212 account, and I've got a video on my channel. Actually, I'll leave a link to up there so you can kind of have a look, or there'll be a link down in the description to have a look as well. So obviously there's 3 accounts. We've obviously got the ISA and the invest account, which are most like the most similar, and so I just went straight down the middle and picked the invest account, not really thinking about any of the sort of tax implications and tax allowances and all that kind of stuff that the ISA does bring. And so obviously I've been investing into the invest account every month, putting lots of my hard-earned money into that, investing in stocks, and obviously seeing growth in that account, which is great. But obviously, as we know, the ISA account allows me to invest up to £20,000 a year tax-free. So in the UK, we have an ISA allowance of up to 20k, and it allows us to invest our hard-earned money into a cash ISA or a stocks and shares ISA like a Trading 212 is, and allow us to invest up to 20 grand a year tax-free. Now, with the invest account, that is slightly different. So with the invest account, you don't have that luxury of that tax allowance, and basically any money that you invest into that account potentially is taxable under the capital gains tax. I'm going to put a description of what capital gains tax is. And so our allowance at the moment for the capital gains tax is £12,300 a year. So essentially, at the moment, obviously this isn't an issue for me. I had up to about £2,000 invested into the invest account, but essentially, if I'm thinking long game, if I'm thinking about investing over a long period of time, I need to be aware of this, because eventually when I do take that money out, and if I do take money over the 12,300 threshold, I'm going to start to be taxable on that money. And let's be real about this, we don't want to be giving any of our money to the taxman. And so I've been thinking about it long and hard, but I realised that I just need to get all of my profits, my portfolio, the stocks that I've invested into my ISA account, and so into my ISA allowance. And so that is what I have done. After doing my due diligence, after doing my research, I realised it's way more beneficial for me to start to utilise my £20,000 tax allowance, making sure that I'm putting as much of my hard-earned money that I can into my ISA account. So I made the decision to sell all of my stocks in my ISA account. It's an account that I've been working on since March. I've been spending a lot of time investing into that account. I've been putting a lot of effort into it, and to think that now I'm just going to sell all those stocks and move them over to my ISA account. And that actually brings me on to my next point of why it took me so long to do this. So after doing a lot of research, I knew that it was more beneficial to put my money into an ISA account. I knew all that, but I was still each month putting money into my Invest account. And that was because of the recognised gains within the account. And I had several stocks, Pinterest is a great example, that I bought in March, 5 shares in March, and I bought them at just over $12, which is about £10, right at the bottom of that crash. And that is a stock that's gone so high, sort of 5-6x. I think it's sitting at $67 a share at the moment. And obviously there's so much gains that I've had there. And obviously in that portfolio, I was up about 25%. I was in the green £600. And weirdly enough, those kind of vanity metrics, seeing that green in the portfolio, was something that I was holding on to for longer than I really ever should. And looking at that, sort of daily, weekly, looking at it in my portfolio and seeing that the money was profitable, that I was in the green, was for me sort of like a comfort to sort of say, look, this investing thing you're doing, Chris, investing your money into a trading 212, not just putting it in a savings account, it's working. You've got the numbers to back it up, you've got the proof, you've got the green positive money, you've got the percentage next to that green saying that your portfolio is profitable. And that was genuinely what was stopping me from just selling all my stocks, because obviously once you sell them, and even if you've obviously taken those gains and you invest them into the ISA account, those profits or those gains are unrecognizable again, because obviously if you sell at $60 and then you rebuy it at $65 or whatever, you obviously can't see the green and the gains over that period of time. And genuinely, that was something that was stopping me from investing into the ISA account. And obviously over time, I've sort of taught myself around from it and realized that if I need to do this now, because there's no point me waiting 30, 40, 50 years as that green number gets bigger and bigger and the percentage gets bigger. And then potentially in 30, 40 years time, when I need to take this money out that I want to retire on it and not work with, that I'm going to be taxed about it so much higher. And I could be losing a lot of the gains that I've been working so hard to do. So with all that said, with all that, the thought process in my head, I just realized that I needed to take the money out of the Invest account, get it over to my ISA account, and really maximizing that tax-free allowance that we get in the UK. And so at the moment, I've just surpassed at 26%, so that my portfolio is just over $5,000 now into the tax allowance. And obviously, hopefully by April the 6th, I think next year, I'm going to try and get as much of my hard-earned money into my ISA account to really maximize making sure that I'm utilizing that 20k tax-free allowance as much as possible, because at the end of the day, we don't want to be giving our money to the tax man. We want to be doing all that we can to make sure that that doesn't happen. So that is why I've sold all of my stocks. I think I've going to potentially show a couple of videos of me selling all my stocks and all the gains I'm losing. And obviously I know that I'm not particularly losing any of those gains, but it's something I really wanted to share with you guys, and making sure that you guys aren't doing the same mistakes that I did when I first started investing. If you're thinking about investing, make sure you understand the differences between the different accounts. Make sure you do your research. Like I said, I've got a video on that, and I'll leave it down in the description. If you are in the Invest account, make sure potentially, are you utilizing your tax allowance, your 20k allowance? If not, then maybe you want to be thinking about something that I've done. But that is why I've sold all of my stocks in my Invest account in Trading 212, and now at least in my ISA allowance I can see my full portfolio, and I'm going to show you a little update of my portfolio as well. Then obviously all the stocks I kind of was investing into the ISA account, in the Invest account, have been brought over. I've just rebought positions back into those stocks and those companies into my portfolio. But if you do want me to go a bit more in detail about any of these stocks and the shares that I'm invested in, I know obviously every couple of months there'll be new stocks going in there, and I'll be updating that. So if you do want a portfolio update, let me know about any particular stock. I'm happy as always to do that. But hopefully today's video has helped. If it has, then please leave a like, please leave a comment, share it with your friends, do all that good stuff. And if you feel like it, always subscribe. And If you are thinking about signing up to Trading 212, as always, there'll be a link down in the description. If you use that link, download the app and sign up and just deposit just £1, you will get a stock valued up to £100 and I will too. So it's a win-win situation. So if you do want to do that, link down in the description as always. But until next time guys, I hope this video has helped and I'll see you guys later.